Welcome back, Fun Fam. And if you're brand new to the channel, welcome in. To follow the Bradley's Fun, this is the Daily Dish with me, yours truly, Ron E. Bradley. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope that wherever you are out there in the world today, you are having a phenomenal day. Morning, evening, afternoon, middle of the night, supper time, dinner time, lunchtime, breakfast time, whenever it may be. Are we having breakfast together? Is that what's happening? We don't know. Anyway, thank you guys for being here. I don't like the big bell. Here, we'll reduce that. I like it when it's crunched in a bit because I like the background. It's flowing. It's flowing. Speaking of the day, as of the recording of this, today is the 22nd day of April in the year 2025, the year of our Lord Anno Domini 2025. I don't really like the term common era because I think that is a common error. That's how I feel about it. I make no bones about my beliefs and where I stand, and that's perfectly fine with me. There are a lot of people who don't like to reveal much about themselves personally, as far as politics, religion, stuff. And I get it. And I really think that, generally speaking, celebrities should kind of back off when it comes to politics. But whatever. But when it comes to a person's religion, their faith, I mean, that's an integral part of who we are. And if people only know the superficial stuff about us, do they really know anything about us? I mean, I am okay with people knowing the real me and who I am and where I stand and all of that, because that's real. I would rather have that than the situation be like, oh my gosh, this guy just isn't the same guy at all. And my green screen is in a weird place right now this morning. I'm using green screen because we updated our internet, and it's been a little bit wonky. It's supposed to have increased the speeds, especially the outgoing speed, but it's not. I don't know. It's been doing some weird things the last few days. So, was anybody watching the pro show last night? I had to bug out. I had a horrible headache. I don't know where it came from. At first, I thought it was maybe the food that I had eaten for dinner, but I don't blame that now. I think it's something else. Because now that I've woken up, I feel fine. Of course, got the caffeine going. Cheers to everybody who's big shot. Scream Team, Stratosphere Tower, Las Vegas. Purchased in the year 2020. No, purchased in the year 2000. This cup, this mug is 25 years old. Yum, yum, yum. Hey, let me see here. Contact Spectrum, you've been... No, yeah, it's true. So what happened is I went in to pay my bill the other day, and it said you had a free upgrade available. So I upgraded, and they sent me the new equipment. I hooked it up. But yeah, I do need to contact them. I've got a lot going on right now. My car now is in the shop because I need to take a road trip at the beginning of May. And so we're getting my car worked on, and I got to call Spectrum and find out what's going on there. And you are going to Epic. What is that day? What is Monday? Monday will be the 28th. I wonder if, and there's probably still tickets available for the 28th. I might check into seeing if I can go, but I'm just not 100% sure that I would be able to make it, but it would be fun. It's hard for me because I want to be able to go out with my kids, and right now we don't all have annual passes, so. But we shall see. I want to say hi to everybody. Guys, thank you for being here this morning. Man, I tell you. So last night, normally on Monday nights, I try to get to bed early because I know Tuesday is going to be such a long day for me. Typically, I will be on as many as 5 shows definitely I should be on 4 shows on a Tuesday. So starting here, and then usually I'll do Pro Show and T3PO afterwards, and Lorena's show at night, Spice Lounge. So long day, and but sometimes Pro wants me on like 9:00, 9:03 last night. I get a message from Pro, can you come on the show? So I tried to make it, and I was on, but man, I was fighting a headache, and I'm like, I can't do this very long. So I apologize for anybody. I apologize to Pro, and I apologize to anybody else that was watching, because man, I was that headspace that I was in was not a good place. But I've slept. I feel better. I'm refreshed, and thanks to all of you guys for being here, because as you know, like the Autobots need their energon, you are the energon to this transformer, the energon that makes this guy transform and roll out of bed in the morning to be here with you.
A toast, Autobots. Boy, these are good. I needed to refuel. Energy! This stuff's the greatest!
Yeah, this stuff is the greatest. And so, yeah, thank you for being my energon. Thank you for being here with me today, all of you in the chat. By the way, if you're brand new to the channel, or if you haven't done it yet, please click that like button down below. And if you're watching on the replay, click the like button and comment in the comments below. Replay gang. And let me say hi to everybody that has come into the chat. Had to scroll all the way back up to the top to see that at 9:04 this morning, before I had even changed my thumbnail to get to the actual subject that we're going to be getting to today, that service dog is first in the house this morning with a good morning, beautiful people. It's workout time, and Sin is here. S-I-N, good morning. And Tom F comes in. Thank you for modding with that wrench. Hey, all, please hit that like on the way in. Vinny T is here. Vinny, did you see the big vlog yet? Let me know, because you are a big part of it. And I did shout you out in the vlog and give you a great appreciation. And thank you for helping me out. Get on Stardust Racers, you crazy, crazy lady who... Vinny T dragged me on to Stardust Racers. I didn't know that it was going to be that crazy, but yeah, it's as a wind in your face roller coaster. I'm like, So thank you so much, Vinny T. And Sin says hi to Vinny T. Jeremy Heath, another one of our mods, is in the house. Been with me since since almost the beginning of the channel, because he came and was watching the Saturdays at the Springs series that we did a year and a half ago. Vinny T. Hi, Jeremy. Oh, this is me from my other. That's my watch channel right there. Dan's Life of the Kingdom is here. Thank you, Dan, for helping me out with the blog big time the other day. Equus Heart. Good morning, everyone. Boop, 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 boop. And then there's a few good mornings back and forth. Let's see. Linda F is here. Hello, Linda. Good morning. At Ron Follow, the Bradley's Fun, and everyone. And Benny T, Jeremy Heath, good pin set. Tom, Linda, Benny, Dan, got you all. Let me see here. Who else we have? Andy W. from the West Coast. Going Shogi from the West Coast. Another great wrench coming in. Going Shogi. Who... All right, Going Shogi. As soon as I'm a multimillionaire in the YouTube business, I'm hiring you as my personal chef. That's a promise, okay? As soon as I hit the $1 million mark, come on board, personal chef. Hired as a personal chef for all of that Park Place crew that is catering. And I think I'm technically officially or unofficially part of the That Park Place crew. I'm getting ready to write an article about Epic, and that should go up on the on That Park Place. A while back, I did a long interview for thatparkplace.com for the DAS system, and it just was a little bit too long to get on the site. So let me see here. That service dog, yes, indeed. I agree. Oh, here we go. Andy W. Cheers. Woo. Is it the best part of waking up? It could be. It could be looking to grab May 1st. Okay. May 1st, I will not be here. I will be out of town. Let's see. Jeremy, Mr. Fulton Mraz comes in. Morning, Ron. Getting ready for a big Colts Hall of Fame this Saturday morning and afternoon, 11 a.m., 2 p.m. They're going to be taking my picture at Lucas Oil Stadium. That is really, really cool. Very, very cool. Excited for you. Fell asleep watching the vlog. Yeah. Watch, leave comments, watch. It's an hour-long vlog, but hopefully it is something people enjoy, because I covered on the vlog for Universal. See? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Fan Fest Nights starts Friday, 2025, Universal's year. Oh, I'm telling you, I think it is Universal's year. Now, I will tell you, there are some people who have gone in. I think these are trolls. There are people who have gone into the Epic Universe group on Facebook to complain about Epic Universe, and it feels like they're trolls. It feels like they're probably like the Disney freak people going in. I can't, it's hard to know for sure, but it absolutely feels like those Disney freak people are going into Epic Universe Facebook group and telling people how bad it is. I don't know, Vinny T, did you have a bad experience? Dan's Life of the Kingdom, did you have a bad experience? You've been there. I've been there. I had a great experience. We've got some new Star Wars movies coming out. There is the only one I know of is Mando and Grogu is the one that they're working on. Other than that, there's a Ryan Gosling one that's been announced, but they're not working on it yet. Not really. I know. Oh, nice. Going back to Nevada. Very cool. Oh, I remember my days living in Nevada, the desert. Yeah, it's the complaints are total BS complaints. It's weird. It's very, very strange. It's like reading. Let me give you an example. If I can find one. Epic. Flora Taverna breakfast feature. Blue Dragon is open for reservations. That is a restaurant there. Most of these are good. Maybe they took the trolling ones out. I don't know. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through this. I'm not seeing anything here, so that's good. Anyhow, most of the 98% of everything I've seen for Epic Universe online, as far as like reviews and stuff, is good, really, really good. So nobody will believe them. Yeah, Epic is amazing. Epic Universe. Just go in and watch my vlog. Go and Shogi. Have you seen the vlog yet? I put it up yesterday. It's about an hour long. It's the longest vlog I've ever done. It's an epic vlog. But even when I rewatch it, I'm like, there's just so much, even for me to rewatch and see and catch things that are different, that it's an easily rewatchable hour. Frankly, I hate tooting my own horn here. It's not like I'm saying I'm awesome or anything, but I rewatched that vlog and I'm like, I could actually watch this hour of television easier than I could watch most of what's on Disney Plus right now. True story. Um, yes, there's not a lot of shade. This is true. There's not a lot of there's not a lot of outdoor shade. I will say this, but there is actually plenty of indoor spaces. And when you go into places like the Wizarding World, you're so immersed there that it doesn't. There's a lot of shadow that comes from the buildings and stuff. Now, um, the entranceway alone, as you said, is beautiful. The water, the view of the hotel, it's really really crazy. Yes, um, it's it's so gorgeous. The now somebody once I heard this comparison, that there was a comparison to Disney Springs, and I understand that comparison to Disney Springs because the water looks so similar as far as that like aquamarine blue. And honestly, Disney Springs is a nicer place to hang out than Epcot. And I wish that they would have done something like that with Epcot. It would be so cool to have some type of fountain or waterwork in that central area where it's so dry. It just feels weird. And there's a lot of trees and they're growing up and it's providing shade, but they need something water in Epcot. If you take the best of all the parks, but yeah, basically. Somebody complained about the theme. I'm like, do you not understand the celestial world is the world of your mind and your dreams and everything that the world like you would want it to be? And from that, you can portal anywhere. That's the whole point. The whole point is that from that celestial world, that celestial park, you can portal to any place you want to in your imagination, whether it's Harry Potter or the Dark Universe or Isla Burke or Mario. And I have a feeling that there's going to be a several more portals coming. And I think that the way they built it, you'll kind of notice that there are places where they can put more portals into more lands. I think that there's probably going to end up being a total of, at the very least, 8 different portals off of the main one when this thing is complete. That's just speculation. Just having been there. Yeah, and I don't, and that's the thing. I'm not happy when I have to complain about Disney. I am really, really not. I don't like when I talk about Disney and the things that I have complaints about, it's specifically because I want Disney to correct those issues. But I'm afraid that certain issues that Disney has, they're never going to correct. For example, being a family friendly company, you have to only stay within the boundaries of traditional family values. You cannot talk about skewed adult bedroom issues, right? You cannot talk about stuff like that and try to put those on kids and remain in that, hey, traditional family values place. By talking about traditional values, you actually cover all people, right? Because nobody cares. That's fine. But when you ostracize at least half, if not more than half of your audience by talking about those adult bedroom issues and putting them on kids, bad, bad, bad. But just don't go there. Don't go there. And Disney has been going there hard for the last 5 years. And even so much as letting people who should not be wearing dresses in their parks, cast members I'm talking about and stuff like that. It's very very bad. So that's why I don't like complaining about it. I just want Disney to get back to being Disney. Make Disney Walt again. That's why. Every part of the coaster, I love this. Yeah, it's but the only problem I have with it is it's got a flux capacitor on the front, so it could take you to a different time period if you're not careful. Yes, the theme is the company name, Universal. So going with stars and the universe makes it total sense. Exactly. It is 100% universal. Well, welcome everybody, and thank you so much for being here. I got to celebrate you all. Obviously, you know that I love to celebrate everybody that is here and in the chat. And I want to also let you know about, of course, the spread shop that we have. That's all of this merchandise. And thank goodness I have more merchandise coming. You might see me wearing a different hat, a different shirt on some upcoming shows. They should be coming to me soon. But we got to follow the Bradley's Fun merch. We've got 2 days left to save 10% on 3+ products. So buy your 3-pack, get 10% off right now. You got the Make Disney Waltz Again hats and t-shirts and mugs and aprons, and follow the Bradley's Fun, the Finding the Fedora Finds logo. And we've got right now we've got follow the Bradley's Fun family logo merch, and I should be wearing something very similar to this in the future. Is this the one that has the? Yes, indeed. Yeah, it's got the QR code on the back, so that when people walk around the shirt, and you can spread the follow the Bradley's fun by wearing that shirt. People click the QR code and they become a subscriber to the channel easily. So that's all of that merchandise there. Thank you. What bags? Salmon. My dad has to be, let me see. Jonathan says, my dad has to wait to be a vendor for his bags at Epic Universe. I wanted him to, but they are good until we can find the right moment to get in there. Oh, okay. So, yeah. Plastic bags that yep. Very, very cool. So, yeah. Again, there is a sale. Buy 3 items, get 10% off right now. That's only going on for the next couple of days. And I need to figure out how to make a code for that. I got to get into my shop and really investigate. I need time to do that because I got this whole idea for some more merchandise. I finally figured out one of the things that I'm going to do with my Broccoli Mountain shirt. I think you'll love it when you see it. Very, very cool. So thank you guys for being here. I got to celebrate all of you. And anytime, we love to start the show with a celebration, but anytime there's any support, whether it's toward the goal, we have a goal of 5 super chats on the show. Excuse me. Let me see here. Boom, boom, boom. So we have a goal of 5 super chats, super things, super stickers on the show. Anytime any of those are given, super chat, super things, super stickers, could be buy me a coffee, could be buy me a Dole Whip, or the PayPal link in the pinned comment above, or anybody becomes a member of the channel. Becoming a member of the channel, gifted memberships dropped, any of those types of things, membership milestone chat, I'm going to celebrate that. And if you buy something from the spread shop during the show, let me know and I will celebrate that. What does a celebration on this channel look like? Well, also, we want you to celebrate with us. So if you are a member of the channel, get your custom emojis ready. And if you're not a member of the channel, that's okay. Celebrate with us with dance emojis. Put them in the chat because the celebration is going to drop and it looks like this. Okay, let's get that off. So thank you guys so much for your ongoing support. I appreciate all of that. Yes, indeedy doo-dah. It helps out the channel so much. We are barely surviving. But we are surviving, and we want to be thriving, and that is on the way. There are some things coming on, things on the way coming that are going to be amazing. And all of your support out there in the chat. So many of you have contributed, and we thank you so much because it means the world. It really does. It really means the world that we can keep going. We're able to do what we love to do for you, and hopefully we are giving you the best of the best because you are the best audience out there, and you deserve it. So we are wanting to do that. Let me look here. There's a couple. There's the one story that you know that I'm going to share, which has to do with Pedro. I don't want to do it. Do I want to do a double Pedro day? No, I know what I wanted to do. And I may have gone over this before. I'm going to do a couple different things here. Let me see here. Here we go. I found a good one. All right. So we're gonna compare tea makes sample bags. Jonathan, we'll see you soon. Thank you so much for coming in. We're gonna compare Epic Universe to Walt Disney World. Now, how do I start this one off is the question. You may or may not be aware that Epic Universe is coming. Actually, it's already here. It's in pass holder previews for those who own an annual pass to Universal Orlando Resort, but it opens to the public on May 22nd, 2005. Epic Universe, the most epic theme park ever in the world. I have been. It's amazing. If you haven't seen the vlog, please go check that out when you get a chance. So what does that mean for Walt Disney World, which is just down the street? Well, it means that, I don't know, the magic just isn't quite there as much as it has been in the past, at least in some people's opinion. And one of those is Mr. Montanaro out of thatparkplace.com. We're going to put this on the screen. So there it is. At thatparkplace.com by M. Montanaro on the 18th of April. Opinion: the Disney magic is gone. There's no value left in a Walt Disney World vacation. And let's see what his opinion is and how I'm gonna read it and kind of compare it to my own feelings on where we agree, where we disagree. We have been to the park together, by the way, just so you guys know, on several occasions, I think more than one. But there is Cinderella's castle in its bold pink and blue non-traditional colors. Once upon a time, yes, as every good story begins, once upon a time, Walt Disney World was the gold standard of family vacations. Okay, I'm not going to read this whole thing in my storytelling voice. Once upon a time, Walt Disney World was the gold standard of family vacations. It was a crown jewel of American escapism, a place where children and adults alike could step into a world of imagination, wonder, and charm. But that era is over. The magic is gone, and no matter how much Disney's marketing machine tries to sprinkle pixie dust over the numbers, the truth is unavoidable. There's simply no longer any value in a Walt Disney World vacation. The cost of entry has exploded, not just in terms of ticket prices, which now flirt with triple digits per person for a single park day, but in every corner of the experience. Parking fees, resort surcharges, lightning lane paywalls, and nearly $6 bottles of water all feed into a machine. It's more about maximizing profits than maximizing smiles. Yes, as he begins the first part of it, I can definitely say that it is an expensive vacation. And actually, when you say flirt with three figures a day, you're actually flirting with four figures a day per person. Let me break this down on how that would happen. If you're going on vacation and you are not a Floridian, you can't, you don't can't really get an annual pass unless you get the highest level annual pass, which I believe now is $1,500 or $1,600 a year. So that starts out with that per person. That's a crazy high price. Um, it's so you have the price of admission, which is getting close to $200 per person per day, no matter the age. You have the price of the hotel, which, yes, there's going to be some discounts this summer, but when you add to that the price of a lightning lane, if you want the opportunity to go on rides without having to wait during the day and all the rides, you pay for the premier lightning lane, which can cost over $400 per person per day. Now, by the time you add all of that up together and food, you're looking at as much as $1,000 per person per day, and that's without a VIP tour. So yeah, it's getting crazy out there. So yes, oh, Disney Crush fans, what? Oh, $10 for a smart water at Disneyland. That's crazy. Wow. Disney Crush fan Pam, good morning. Happy to see you all. Yeah, so there's that cost of Disney at first. So let's continue on with the article about Mr. Montanero. Remember when FastPass was free? Remember when Magic Bands came with your hotel stay? Remember the Magical Express that started the unforgettable experience at the Orlando International Airport? Those days are long gone. And for those of you who never experienced Magical Express, coolest thing ever is that you could check your luggage at your home airport and it would be waiting for you in your room. Yes, indeed, in your room at your Walt Disney World hotel. And then when you leave, you check your luggage at the Walt Disney World hotel. They take care of your luggage for you, and it's waiting for you on the turnstile thing back at your home airport when you get back. That was a magical time. Now, you know how much time that took, whatever, but it was part of the vacation. It was included in your price. Those days are long gone. But Disney hasn't just raised prices, they've gutted the very soul of what made a trip worthwhile. They've traded joy for logistics, fun for frustration. Guests now spend more time on their phones, managing reservations and refreshing apps than making memories. The entire experience has become transactional, sterile, and soulless. You're not part of a story, you're part of a spreadsheet. That saps the value from any Walt Disney World vacation. Worse still is the creative decay at the core of the company. Modern Imagineering lacks, well, imagination. And it's no mystery why. In recent years, Disney's creative pipeline has noticeably shifted as the company prioritized a younger and more diverse workforce in its Imagineering division. Many veteran creatives, those responsible for the iconic attractions that define the parks for generations, either left or were reportedly edged out. These individuals weren't just employees, they were the storytellers who built the magic. Some of them, including former Disney Imagineers with decades of experience, have since joined Universal Creative. Their fingerprints are all over Epic Universe, a park that, ironically, evokes the classic Disney spirit more than anything Disney has built in the past decade. From immersive lands to coherent theming, Universal seems to be doing what Disney once did best, putting story and creativity first. Now, I can vouch for this myself. You can take a look. There is an overview of Epic Universe, which does not show you on a map how actually large that is, because when you get inside there, the scale is amazing. But do notice that from the front side to the back side, there is, in fact, water throughout. And a little bit of my own opinion here is when you walk into Epic Universe, you feel the same sense of magic and awe that you used to feel when you walked into Walt Disney World. It really, truly is there. And it's hard to explain, but I think it has to do with the visuals, the sight lines, the way they did the carousel, sitting in front of Helios, the fountains. Um, the magic that once was at Walt Disney World is truly at Epic Universe, and I'm not even kidding about that. As a Disney lifer up until a few years ago, like I was Mr. Pixie Dust up until a few years ago, and Disney started changing some things big time, and they also started having. There was an ideology that started pervading even into the parks that was so offensive to anybody with a traditional family view, incredibly offensive, disgustingly offensive, um, dare I say hateful towards those of us with traditional family views. That basically it felt like Disney was saying, you know what, we don't really want you anymore. If you're a traditional family and you want to have joy with your children, you're not the kind of people we want here anymore. And while they may not put that in their advertisements, they sure make you feel that way when you go into the park and somebody steps up to you in a gift shop and says, "Hi, my name's Karen. Can I help you out?" And you know, sorry, but Disney, but dudes in dresses is not the right thing to have in front of children. Those people shouldn't be allowed within 500 feet of a kid. So, but that's just my opinion, and maybe the opinion of millions of other people on the planet. But regardless, so I don't like feeling. I don't like going to a place where it feels like the people there hate me. Right? I didn't feel that in Epic Universe. In Epic Universe, I felt that warm, loving Disney magic, especially from the team members. The team members as a whole were better than any cast members that I've dealt with in the last several years at Disney. And that is 100% true story. Let's get back to the article. While Universal builds lands bursting with cohesive theming, story driven attractions, and immersive worlds, Disney tears its own history apart. Just look at what's become of the Rivers of America, a once iconic frontier celebrating the adventurous heart of American folklore, now neglected, sidelined, and soon to be filled in for a cash grab, lore breaking Cars Land. Or take Splash Mountain, one of the most beloved and uniquely American attractions ever created, destroyed, and rewritten to appease a vocal minority. Yes, a loud but tiny, 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 tiny crowd. When you have millions of people, but two of them are shouting super loud, and you want that noise to go away, so you try to appease the two. Well, guess what? You've offended millions, Disney. Good job with that, Disney, offending millions of people who used to be loyal to you. And I'm sorry, I'm not going to be loyal to a company who is not loyal to family values. The message is clear. Disney is determined to take the Walt out of Walt Disney World. Hence, the hat, make Disney Walt again. The problem isn't just creative, it's ideological. Disney is no longer in the business of making dreams come true. They're in the business of virtue signaling. Classic attractions are sacrificed at the altar of progressivism. Well, by the way, it's not progressive, it's quite regressive. And the parks increasingly reflect the sensibilities of a corporate HR department instead of a visionary's dream. Epcot, once a utopian showcase of human achievement, has been slowly converted into an adult drinking hub with international properties shoehorned into every corner. And those were never really supposed to be part of Epcot. There's Walt talking about, looks like Abraham Lincoln. Moments with Mr. Lincoln, yes. Magic Kingdom, once a dry, family-centered fantasy land, is now littered with alcohol offerings that serve more to fuel rowdy Disney adults than delight children. Even Disney's crown jewel resorts aren't safe. The Grand Floridian's lobby, an icon of elegance and serenity, has been stripped of its ornate charm in favor of a bland modern hotel chic. In a desperate push to attract a younger demographic, Disney is destroying the very uniqueness that made its resorts stand out. It's the same trend again and again. Erase the legacy, cash in on the brand, and hope nobody notices. The Rivers of America, Tom Sawyer Island, Walt Disney World. But people are noticing. Families are choosing to go elsewhere. Former diehards are letting their annual passes expire, and the desperation shows. Just look at the sudden flood of hotel discounts aimed at Disney Plus subscribers or the summertime fire sales on park stays. If the parks were delivering magic, Disney wouldn't need to bribe guests to come back. The harsh truth is, Disney used to lead. Now they follow. They follow trends, they follow ideology, and they follow the money. What they no longer follow is Walt's dream, a dream of storytelling, of joy, unmatched creativity. And until that changes, a Walt Disney World vacation simply isn't worth what it cost financially or spiritually. And that is an important point. It's just not the same as what it once was. And yes, do hit that like button, please. Let me check the chat. I'm looking for. Yes, indeed. There it is. All right. But yes, so the Walt Disney World vacation, let me give you my opinion versus Montanero's position. So my opinion versus Mr. Montanero's opinion is very, very similar. Other than that, I can say there is still some magic left to be found. And I call that Walt's firewall. What does that mean? That means that it's a huge place. Walt Disney World's a huge place. It's not just Walt's firewall, but it's really Eisner and Wells' firewall, because Eisner and Wells put so much into the resorts and into Walt Disney World as they were building it up to their crowning achievement, which was Animal Kingdom. And Disney's Animal Kingdom, the fourth gate, they have 2 water parks. There's a lot to enjoy at Walt Disney World. But it's also, I don't like that feeling that I don't like being offended. Okay. I am not personally easily offended, but if you take offense to my traditional family values and you hate me for having traditional family values, I find that disgusting. Okay. Hate is disgusting. It is gross. Hate does not belong in our theme parks. It has no place. So if you don't like me because I have traditional family values, then that's incredibly, overwhelmingly offensive to me. And I'm not going to pay to be hated on. And that's where a lot of the magic has just diminished so much. And you see it in the quality of the cast members that they've been bringing on in the last few years, the diminishing quality of the maintenance. Oh my gosh, the maintenance of the last few years. I mean, having the boats on It's a Small World develop a thick black plaque on the outside of them because of lack of maintenance. The maintenance of Tron, a brand new coaster. It just the cover of Tron looks bad. Things are not looking shiny and new. The trash littered throughout the parks at Walt Disney World, constantly seeing trash littered throughout the parks, and I don't like that at all. I've seen cigarette butts. There's not even smoking allowed. So where does that come from? I don't get it. I really don't get it. To me, when you change an ideology of people so that they care less about the parks and the guests and the people coming than they do about their feelings, then and their selfishness, then I don't like it. Yeah, and it's very offensive, incredibly hateful to me and offensive to me, and I don't like it. So there you go. Or exactly. Vinny T says this, or bathrooms still dirty from the night before. I mean, that's disgusting. Like that never happened before at the Magic Kingdom or anywhere in Walt Disney World. They still have a lot of resorts. They still have good things. I would say the magic isn't completely gone, but if this were the top of the magic where it used to be, then I would say that the magic is down here and it is getting very, very close. The fact is, there's so much magic to be available now at Epic Universe and Universal Orlando that I would say Universal is now where the magic is. But I want your opinion. Have you been to Walt Disney World lately? Have you been to Universal lately? Comment down below. Let us know. What are your thoughts on the magic? Is it still there? Is it going away? Is it completely gone? Let us know down below in the comments before you go out the door. And thank you so much for coming in today to Follow the Bradley's Fun. And let me see. Let me check the chat real quick. Okay. And we are, by the way, heading over to Culture Casino after this. I don't see that our goal. I would love to get a super. You guys want to help me hit the goal. But you know what I am going to do is I am going to hit up a celebration, a minor celebration that I would love to have a longer one for. Let's do it. If you're ready to celebrate with me, get those emojis ready. Let's celebrate in the chat.
Is it too much? Too much? It's a birthday!
Oh, this is just the best of my scene. Also, Vinny reminded me there's a big giveaway happening on the channel. It's been going on for a long time, but not very many people know about it because it started on my Buy Me a Coffee site, and that is I am giving away. I don't have it with me. I mean, it's right behind me, but you can't see it behind the green screen. But it's on my set. Okay, if you've seen it on the set, it is the Figment popcorn bucket from the first year, the one that became so popular that they were selling online for $1,000 each on eBay. When we hit 100 members of the channel, when we hit 100 members of the channel, I'm giving away the Figment popcorn bucket and it will be. Now, for those of you that are gifting memberships, you will get a much, much higher chance because I'm keeping those in mind for the memberships that are gifted. Every member of the channel will get an entry into the drawing, but those who are like gifting the memberships, you're going to get an entry for every membership that you gifted as well. So, just to let you know, if you are a member of the channel or if you're gifting memberships to the channel, you're going to have a chance at that popcorn bucket. And if you're gifting memberships to the channel, like Go and Shogi has, and Ruby Hoove, Native Hawaiian, a few others have gifted memberships. Those that have gifted memberships, you're going to get an entry for every membership you've gifted as well. So big chance for people to do that popcorn bucket. And I may have another giveaway of maybe an epic popcorn bucket. Now, with that being said, I want to get to the head story. Thank you, Dan. Appreciate that. This one's funny. This one's hilarious. When I read this, I'm like, this can't be true, right? Like, but it is. And it's kind of crazy. For those of you that may or may not be aware, I'm not starting this there. I gotta redo that. Pedro Pascal has been showing up in everything these days. The Last of Us, The Mandalorian. He was fine in The Mandalorian. I actually liked him in The Mandalorian, but he's showing up in all kinds of things. And of course, now he's going to be showing up as Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four. In my opinion, one of the worst castings ever in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I am not a fan of Pedro Pascal in this role, but adding on to that is his own opinion of this role, because it seems to me that he seems to be lining himself up with the ideology of Doctor Octopus or conflating an octopus for Reed Richards' Mr. Fantastic. It's really weird. Let me get this on the screen so you can see what I'm talking about. It's just bizarre. Pedro Pascal compares Reed Richards to an octopus as Fantastic Four. First Steps teases more ideological character changes again out of thatparkplace.com. If you're not bookmarked, do so. This is by Mr. Montanaro, written yesterday on the 21st of April. There's Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four. And again, I'm not a fan of the look. I'm not a fan of the colors. For those people who have liked the 60s setting, I'm not a fan of that either. Some people like it. I don't like it at all. I don't like the aesthetic. I don't like anything about this version of the Fantastic Four. As much as I did not like the last version of the Fantastic Four, still the most accurate version of the Fantastic Four, even though it's critically panned, is the mid 2000s version. So, and I actually thought that they were going in the right direction with that, but they dropped the ball with it. But it could have been better. Still, definitely could have been better. Anyhow, just not at all a fan of Pedro Pascal playing this character, and this is just really weird. So, going on with the article, Marvel Studios once stood for excitement, consistency, and crowd-pleasing spectacle. But based on the latest wave of quotes and footage from Fantastic Four First Steps, it's clear the studio is still prioritizing abstract metaphors and identity-driven rewrites over the qualities that made the brand a global juggernaut. The latest example, Pedro Pascal describing his take on Reed Richards, aka Mr. Fantastic, as inspired by an octopus. Yes, really. And the tab is glitching a little bit, so let me get that off the screen. And we're going to create a new tab for that. Sometimes when I'm in StreamYard, it does that. I'm not sure why. But I think that if I share this new tab, it should work. Couple buttons to press and we'll get this on the screen. And we're back. Okay. So there it is. Once again, you can see. Please don't glitch, tab. Please don't glitch. So this is Pedro Pascal's quote here. It's very strange. With Reed, his body may stretch, but this is a brain character. Pascal told Comic Book. Sorry about that. Had a throat clearing issue. With Reed, his body may stretch, but this is a brain character, Pascal told Comic Book. I guess I'll just give it completely away. I thought of the brilliance of an octopus, not in any literal, physical, translated way, but I put it into my subconscious. What a weird statement. And I'm a little worried that when he was thinking about the octopus, he was watching one of those strange scenes from that Prime anti-superhero show. Anyhow, Pascal. Oh, to be clear, this wasn't a slip up. It was pitched as a character secret. Pascal seems more focused on channeling deep sea animal symbolism and staying true to a character that has decades of rich comic history. Reed Richards is a brilliant, flawed human being. He doesn't need to be dressed up in abstract metaphors. He needs to work as a character who can lead the team and anchor the story. But instead of leaning into the grounded brilliance of and humanity that once defined Reed, Pascal is leaning into pseudo intellectualism. It's not just Pedro Pascal and Reed Richards. And by the way, how is Thing shorter than Sue? That's so weird. That does not make any sense whatsoever. This entire project is being shaped around reinterpretation, often in the name of modern messaging. Joseph Quinn, who plays Johnny Storm, openly questioned whether the character's traditional bravado and flirtatiousness is even acceptable anymore, saying he was branded as this womanizing devil-may-care guy. But is that sexy these days? I don't think so. This version of Johnny is less callous with other people's feelings. It's part of what makes Johnny funny, dude. Gotta understand humor. Whatever. Meanwhile, Vanessa Kirby's Sue Storm has been recast not only as pregnant, but as the leader of a global peace initiative, part of the film's alternate history utopia. The director even called her the most emotionally intelligent person on the planet. Oh, gross. Kirby added, how can you be all things, not just the tough, invincible, powerful woman, but also a mother who gives birth, which is itself a superhero act? Which I don't have a problem with that. I agree. A mother giving birth is a superhero act, but also protecting the baby at all costs would be the real heroism there. And you can't do that if you're fighting an army that might kill you. So makes no sense. That's the tone here. Not a celebration of heroism, but an ideological treatise on modern definitions of strength, gender, and emotional validation. It's the same playbook Marvel used in The Marvels and The Eternals. Neither performed well, and yet Fantastic Four appears to be doubling down. If there was any doubt Marvel is out of touch with its core audience, last week's trailer removed it. The teaser introduced Julia Garner as a female version of the Silver Surfer, a departure from the original character the fans immediately took issue with. Online reaction was swift and brutal, with many questioning why the studio continues to retool legacy characters instead of creating new ones or honoring the source material, and others remarking at just how terrible the CGI looked, which is odd because the Silver Surfer CGI in 2000, what was it, 8? I think 2008 looked better than this. The trailer has already racked up thousands of critical comments with reactions ranging from mocking memes to outright disinterest. Yeah, it's weird. That Silver Surfer does not look right. It's the latest misstep for Marvel, a studio once known for turning even obscure characters into box office gold. Now, even tentpole properties like Fantastic Four feel more like lectures than stories. Between Pascal's octopus metaphors, cast members rebranding their characters for modern ideological sensibilities, and a fan base that's increasingly tuning out instead of tuning in, it's hard to see how Fantastic Four First Steps brings the MCU back to life. Marvel once earned trust through excellence. Now it earns skepticism with every new reveal. And this reveal, it's just shown ugliness, and it's not good. Yeah. Go and Shogi says it'll be interesting to see who pulls off stretchy powers better, Fantastic Four or One Piece live action. Oh, his brain also stretches, though. What makes him so smart? Yes. Yeah. I will tell you, casting casting Pedro Pascal as Reed Richards is probably the biggest stretch that they're ever going to get in this version of Fantastic Four, which I am not looking forward to at all. And by the way, if you look at the storyline, it's a complete rehash of the Fantastic Four Rise of the Silver Surfer. I think it was 2008. The storyline is exactly the same. The difference is that instead of Galactus being reimagined back then as a cloud, Galactus is Galactus, which we haven't really seen yet. We've seen shadows of Galactus, but it does look like the Galactus from the comic books. And maybe that's good. Maybe it works. Maybe it doesn't. I don't really know. And I don't really care. I'll probably have to go see the movie to review it. But I have no excitement about this version of Fantastic Four whatsoever, especially with what I think should have happened with the Fantastic Four. But that's a whole different idea for a whole different day. For now, I want to say thank you all for being here today. And before we go, we got one more little celebration that I got to give you guys because you're going to see them soon. And you know them, you love them. We got to have a little bit of that culture bear. Oh my gosh, yes, indeed. So, wow. I'm not excited for Fantastic Four. I am excited, however, for Culture Casino, and I'm going to send you guys over to Culture Casino right after this. That will run right into that Park Place Morning Magic, followed by the WDW Pro Show, where you can very likely find me if I'm up to it today. Should be fine. And also T3PO this afternoon. And that's all. It just flows. So don't turn that dial, everybody, as we send you over to Culture Now. We want to say thank you. Everybody, thank you so much for being here today. You guys make this show the best, and you guys are and remain the best audience on YouTube. Thank you so much. And until the next time, we will see you real soon. Bye, everybody. Ciao.